Hey, besties.
Hey,
Welcome back for another episode of the Hello Bestie podcast. I'm Maggie.
I'm Tashima.
Guys, we're just going to jump right in. Hope you guys are enjoying your week so far on this fine Tuesday. We got some great Reddit threads we're going to get into, so let's get it started.
All right.
Okay. Am I the asshole for refusing to do my neighbor's shopping after helping her once, even though she could order online? A couple of weeks ago, my elderly neighbor, let's call her Jean, knocked on my door and asked if I was popping to Tesco anytime soon. I was, so I said I don't mind grabbing her a few bits. She gave me a short list: milk, bread, rich tea, biscuits, that sort of thing, and I dropped it off later that day. No drama. She gave me the money. I said it was no bother. But then, 2 days later, she knocked again. Another list, then again, and again. Now I'm getting shopping lists handed to me 3 times a week with specific brands, odd requests, and once she even asked if I could swing by Boots to collect her prescription. I finally told her, as politely as I could, that I can't keep doing it. I work full-time, I've got kids, and honestly, I'm shattered most days. I also pointed out that she can order groceries online. Tesco, Sainsbury's, even Iceland do deliveries, and there's a pharmacy just down the road that offers free prescription delivery. She's mobile enough to go into her garden and down the street, so it's not like she's housebound. She got really cold and muttered something about how she thought I was better than the rest of them. Since then, a couple of neighbors have been a bit frosty, so I'm wondering if she's had a moan. I do feel a bit guilty, but am I the asshole for not wanting to be a full-time errand runner when there are perfectly reasonable alternatives?
Wow. That's a tough one.
Oh, you think so?
It is, and it is. I mean, it is because it's like she's elderly. You want to help her out, do the right thing, but she's clearly taking advantage.
Yeah.
So, no, I don't think you're the asshole,
Mm-hmm.
but it's your neighbor, and nobody wants to have beef with their neighbor.
Right.
I mean, no normal, sane person.
Yeah.
So.
I wouldn't want to have beef with my neighbor either, but it's if I'm going there once a week, I have no problem telling my neighbor, get your list together.
Right.
I don't mind doing this once a week since I'm already going there. But 3 times a week, now I'm making extra trips to the store that I wouldn't need to make because I'm helping you out.
A week. Why would I go 3 times a week for you?
And then she's talking shit to other neighbors because she said, no, I thought you were one of the good ones. So it's like, this is a racket that this lady has going on. She finds someone to glom on to. She takes advantage. They say no, and then she starts. So, no, I don't think she's the asshole at all.
And I think it puts it in more perspective when she's like, I work a full-time job and I have kids.
Mm-hmm.
That's like a whole nother layer to it. So, yeah, she's taking advantage for sure.
She said she's shattered most days. I was like, dang.
She's playing the little lady, but
she definitely is, right. She's playing the game.
So I have my thread.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for being very upset that my wife is helping her friend cheat on her husband? A while ago, my wife and her friend went on a weekend trip, which seemed fine. Turns out the friend didn't really want to go on the trip. She was meeting a guy. Her best friend, her soulmate. They put it in quotations. Apparently, these two have been messaging each other for years. My wife didn't know this, but obviously found out about it and told me. She told me she just ignored it because it wasn't our business. We didn't tell her husband. It was weird. WTF kind of thing. I do not know the husband at all. I barely know this friend. I was thinking, not my circus, not my monkeys. So here's the thing. The friend asked my wife to go on another trip and that she will pay probably about $3,000 for the sole purpose of cheating on her husband again. My wife was gleefully ecstatic about going on a free trip. Obvi. She will be the alibi for her friend cheating. Am I the asshole for being outraged, feeling betrayed, feeling that our marriage is a effing joke, and frankly wanting it to end? If her and the girls make such a farce of marriage and help each other out and cover for each other cheating, WTF is our marriage. I am seriously considering telling my wife that she can make her own decisions, but that they have consequences, and when she returns for the F-Fest cheating weekend, the locks will be changed and the divorce papers will be pinned to the front door.
Wow.
Mic drop.
Wow. He's getting real sassy about someone else's relationship.
Yeah. I mean, he kind of has a point, but
I understand the thought of if you would help someone else do this, so does your friend help you do this too?
Right.
I understand that thought process. I think any normal person would be like, interesting
Right.
that you're okay with this. But to say, like, we're going to get a divorce and I can't stand that.
That's a
And, like,
stretch.
if that was his boy, what would he do in that situation?
Right.
He's making it sound like he would just go tell the wife and jump in and get all involved. And if that's his thought process and how he would handle it, then he wouldn't understand where she's coming from.
Mm.
And I don't condone cheating. I wouldn't want to help someone cheat. But I do think whatever goes on in two people's relationship is between them. And I'm about loyalty. So I don't know. I do for my family and my friends. I may not condone or be happy about what you're doing, but I'm not going to go the extra mile and blow up your life. That's between the two of you. Now, if it was being done to me, of course, I'd want to know. So
Right.
I understand that is a one-sided way of doing it.
Yeah.
But if I were in that situation, I wouldn't be mad at a husband's best friend, a boyfriend's best friend for not telling me. I wouldn't be cool with you playing in my face like that, but I would also understand loyalty. Like, your loyalty is to him, not to me. So yeah, that's shitty that you knew about this and didn't tell me, but like, charge it to the game is how I would feel about it. So I think he's being real extra.
I think he's being real extra. I think where he has a problem with it is like, okay, the first time, like he said, not my business. But now that you want to keep using my wife as an alibi, and that's where I think he's feeling like, okay, the first time, obviously you said you didn't know, charge it to the game. But for you to keep going back, that's where I think he's like, now this becomes between me and you, because I think this is like morally, I think it's wrong for you to continue to be an alibi. She wants to cheat, she can cheat. That's her and her husband's business. But you're involving yourself now by being the alibi.
That's fair.
So that's where I feel like, but for him to go and say, like, he basically is trying to give her an ultimatum, and the world should know ultimatums never work. So you're going to find yourself threatening divorce, and she might be like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Right.
Because I can't stand you anyway.
Possibly. But it's just a real extreme reaction to that. Put the way that you just said, I think any sane woman could understand where her husband's coming from.
Yeah, fair enough.
But if he's going from, our marriage doesn't mean anything, and like, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
Because she's probably like, this has nothing to do with me, but it does, because you're inserting yourself in the thing.
Right.
So I see both sides of it, but no, he's being very extreme and very extra. I don't think he's wrong for having the feelings that he has, but his reaction to it, way overblown.
Like threatening divorce and, you know, like you said, saying our marriage doesn't mean anything is definitely a reach.
Stretch for sure.
So if he would have come to me and been like, look, like I just said, okay, you know what? You're right.
Yeah.
Like, would I love the trip? Yes, but you have a point. Let me not even get involved in this, because it's only going to get messier and messier, because the more they're able to do this, the more trips there will be. Now
for sure. You get away with it one time.
You're down.
Right.
And then that's when, you know, there's crazy people. You might just be collateral damage when he starts feeling like there's something going on. Like, nobody can be that dumb forever.
Correct.
But,
or something go down on the trip and here you are, third wheel type of thing. Or he decides to bring a friend or pop up. And it could lead to other stuff. I get his apprehension.
But the moment you present me now with, if you go, we're getting a divorce.
That's a problem.
I would get really defensive, and for principle, I'd stand on business.
Yeah. I have another thread. Okay, so am I the asshole for asking my mother repeatedly if she washed her hands? My mother, 74 years old, and I, 38, do not get along. Unfortunately, since I had to leave my job last year due to health issues, I've had to live with her. When it comes to food safety, I'm a stickler due to a couple of cases of food poisoning from being too careless with food in the past. My mother is a forgetful person. Earlier today, after a doctor's appointment for her, we stopped at a gas station for a drink and to use the bathroom. The men's room didn't have soap, so when my mother came out of the ladies' room, I asked if they had soap. She hesitated in a way that implied she didn't know, so I asked if she'd wash her hands. She said no. I reminded her it was a public gas station bathroom, and she washed them, with me washing mine afterwards. Several hours later, after we've eaten, food was prepared separately, we wanted different things, we dug into a family-sized bag of M&Ms. I poured my portion into a bowl. She then poured hers, but poured too much, so she scoops some up in her hands and then puts them back in the package. I remember she'd taken the dog out to use the bathroom. His leash is rather old and dirty, and she'd use the bathroom herself. She's also been struggling with chronic UTIs, and her bathroom is filled with used adult diapers. So I again asked if she'd wash her hands. She refused to answer. I explained I wanted to know because she'd use her hands to return the M&Ms. She answers with a snide, I washed them 2 weeks ago. I tried to be calm, but the more she refused to answer what I assumed was a simple hygiene question, the angrier I became. I asked several more times before she stuck her fingers in her ears, told me to shut up, and refused to hear anymore. I gave up and gave her the bag of M&Ms, an $8 bag of candy we were both meant to share that I can't partake in because of a potential contamination. If I'm an asshole, I'm willing to change, but this isn't the first time she's deliberately cut off all conversation on a topic she doesn't like without giving a reason. Am I actually the asshole, or am I just dealing with a difficult elderly person?
Ugh. It turns my stomach.
When he saw her scoop those, I know his antennas must have just been...
She probably just like took a handful, just put it back in the bag. Personally, I feel like, okay, technically, he's not the asshole. Mm-hmm. It's a hygiene thing. Mm-hmm. I am not going to ever say you're the asshole, but you already know how I am.
Right.
But I feel like you could have avoided all of that if you would just, like, you already know she has poor hygiene.
Right.
Why are you sharing a bag of M&Ms with her?
You're opening yourself up to these difficult
Correct.
situations.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, the gas station thing.
He's like, did they have soap in there? She's like,
I don't know. What?
What do you mean you don't know? Why don't you know, ma'am? Did you wash your hands? No.
Yeah. And because of TikTok, I do understand that there are a lot of people who just, they don't feel like it's necessary.
This whole people who don't wash their hands at home, gross AF. I don't understand it.
Like, I only do it when I'm outside of my house.
How do you just turn it on and off? You're not turning it on and off. You're one of those people who leave the stall and walk right out of the bathroom, and I side-eye you the entire time as you're leaving the restroom.
Yeah. Or they just run their hands under the water, and then they just, like, that's it.
I see people who don't even do that. I either see people go all the way or not at all. I don't think I've seen the little minor getting the little fingers.
The in-between. Like, you just pretend. Yeah, and I feel like if you're going to go through that, just wash your hands.
That's crazy.
Yeah. People are, yeah, special.
Some of y'all real nasty out there. But, yeah, that's his fault, honestly. I don't think he's being the asshole. I think hygiene is important. And if it's that important to you, know your mom for who she is and don't expect her. Like, she's 74 years old. Like, this is what it's going to be for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
So,
well, that's his mother-in-law. He didn't grow up with her.
It's his mom.
I thought he said that was his mother-in-law.
It's his mother.
Oh.
I don't know where you got in-law from. No, it's his mother.
I don't know why I thought you said it was his mother-in-law.
Did I misspeak? Because I started stuttering at the potential contamination thing. I was like, potential.
Oh, wow. Okay, so then, yeah.
That's his mom, and they don't get along. They've never had a great relationship, but he had to leave his job due to health issues, and she took him in, so now he's living with her.
So she's been like that your whole life?
Yes.
So you know better?
Yes.
Like, why are you now? Okay. Well, that kind of changes things a little bit for me. Because, yeah, I feel like he kind of is the asshole then. I'm sorry. I completely, this whole time, thought that was his mother-in-law. And he had to move in with her. No,
that's his mom. Yeah. I still don't think he's the asshole. He's putting himself in that position.
Yes, which kind of makes you the asshole because you're creating an issue that's avoidable. Like, you already know that your mom is dirty. So
Yeah.
Why are you even bothering? Just go. Oh, you know what I mean? Like the gas station thing, that's unavoidable. Like he's not just gonna walk into the women's restroom. But the rest of the stuff, why would you expect anything less? You should have taken what you like. Basically, split the bag. I'm gonna take this part. Here's the bag for you.
Right.
You just okay. Yeah, I'm on the fence.
You're on the fence. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it.
Kind of like, what's the one that we learned recently? Everybody sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that.
You feel like it's one of those? Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. What's your tea for the week before we get into our game?
So our tea, well, our tea is shared tea.
Yeah.
It is Bes-teas. We recently took a trip to Mexico.
Mexico.
And it
Cancun.
was awesome.
It was.
Yeah.
It
Courtesy
was.
of my girl Max invited me to go on a trip, and it was everything we needed.
It was so much fun. The hotel
Yeah.
was great. We both tried some new drinks. We stayed at an all-inclusive resort, so it was unlimited drinks, food, snacks, restaurants, all the things. So it was much needed. Not long enough.
Definitely
not long enough.
Just one more day would have been like, mwah,
but it was a good time. Are y'all seeing how much more crispy
Oh
Shayna
yeah,
is?
super crispy.
She had some nice beach time out there. It was
I got
a good time.
Nice and crispy. Had a little bit of peeling, but it was well worth it.
She did. It was good. We went to Chichen Itza, so we actually need to post some of those pictures that we took there because we took some really nice pictures there. Well, a guy took really nice pictures of us there because Tima would be stuck with my fingernail in the majority of the pictures.
I took pictures of her, then she took pictures of me, and then one of the guys there was like, oh, I know exactly how to do this. So then he took pictures of us. But all of the pictures that Maggie took of me have like an ET shadow on the top right-hand corner of every single picture. And she had the nerve to get your attitude with me because I think you were in the shower at the time. And I'm looking at the pictures and I was like, I have a bone to pick with you. And you're like, what is it now? It's probably not even something serious.
Yeah, I was like, it's probably not even, you're just, whatever. Probably not even a big deal.
Look at what you did.
And I just cracked up laughing like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. You're totally valid for being upset.
Every single picture she took of me.
To be fair, we were jumping and moving, so this wasn't like I was just very quick, like pressing the button and the way I was holding the phone. It wasn't intentional. But like, you don't even need to use those pictures because the guy took awesome pictures. Which was a nice side hustle, by the way, because we obviously felt obligated to go to his little stand and buy a few things, and his brother had a little hustle game going on. But
definitely a hustle.
We got some great pictures, though.
We actually paid for the pictures in hindsight.
We did, but
it was well worth it.
It seemed like the right thing to do at the time, and
considering had we not, I would have completely ruined photos.
She would, but it's all good because you got good pictures now.
Thank God.
Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, so it was awesome. And I think, if you're a mom out there, because I was feeling very much in my feelings about going. I was feeling guilty and just nervous and just all the things. And then when we got there, I was like, oh my God, I needed this so bad.
Teams wanted to like make plans to go to the beach here, which I'm a beach girl, but she's not really. So I was like, yes, thank you, Mexico.
I'm back
showing her the light. Now. Yeah, it's just this island team was gone, but it was fun while she lasted.
Yeah,
she'll be back again.
No, I'll do it over the summer for sure. But
you just need a beach day to just get in the groove and then realize. Yeah.
It's just like when you're taking the kids and you have all the stuff. It's just so much stuff, so much to think about. Like for us, it was just like. Show up. We didn't have to worry about food. You have somebody who's basically catering to you, hand and foot. I don't have to move. You just bring all the food and all the drink to me. And
literally, it was nice.
And like turn like a rotisserie chicken.
Right.
It was amazing. It was everything I needed in my life.
Yeah, when we go to the beach next time and have to walk to the bar, like for real, so you don't have anyone.
And you're like trying to keep track of kids and bringing food. Yeah.
I also checked something off the bucket list when I was there. So their spa, which I had an amazing spa day when I was there, did the little ice water thing where you dip down in the ice water and sit there for a few seconds. It was a whole routine. She walked me through. She carried my towels. She's like, okay, You rinse off in the shower real quick, go in the steam room, then go in the sauna, then get in this ice bath, and then come out, go to the little water jets. It was a whole vibe. So
Did it take your breath away?
it did.
Because I always see people like...
It was so hard to do. And she's like, no, stay there for a second. I was like, then got up and came out. But when I went to the jets, I wanted to go back in. So it was very much one of those things. While you're doing it, it was hard to do. Mm-hmm. I'll do it again, though.
But I heard even after you get out, like your body is still kind of in shock. So it's not like you get out and immediately it's over. Like you still have a little bit of a... Yeah. But I heard it's really healthy for you.
I've heard
like
too.
For your vascular system.
I've only heard good things about it, but it's difficult to do for sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So that's our tea.
We have a new game, besties.
Yes.
Because, we gotta spice things up. So we have the official Would You Rather. Mm-hmm. And we're gonna try it out. So if you have some suggestions, let us know. And yeah, let's get into it. I'm gonna go first.
Do the honors.
Okay. Would you rather your best friend or your boss fall in love with you?
My boss.
Same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Maggie.
Weird. You apologize to me, bitches. Would you rather always have an ingrown toenail you can't fix, or always have paper cuts on all fingers?
Ingrown toenail.
I'd rather take the paper cuts on all fingers.
Yeah. I used a lot of hand sanitizer and stuff at work, and it would just be, when I get paper cuts, it's very painful.
I do too, but those ingrown toenails, I can't have my toes looking jacked. So
yeah, those are our money makers.
As we've established.
Yeah. Okay. Would you rather the first time you sleep over at your partner's house, you clog the toilet, or clog the toilet the very first time you go to your partner's parents' house?
My partner.
Same.
Yeah. Both are very embarrassing. One is far less embarrassing than the other.
Let's just cut the red tape on that. Now we don't have to worry about that at all. I poop, you poop, we all poop.
Would you rather never have any dirt or scuff marks on your shoes, or never have any wrinkles in your clothes?
Oh, that's easy. Never have any wrinkles in my clothes.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. I take the never have dirt or scuff marks on your shoes.
Really?
Yeah. It's more difficult to clean a shoe and go through that whole process than it is just to run a steamer or an iron over some wrinkles in the clothes.
Yeah, no. I'm not like...
I iron a lot, so it wouldn't
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, it wouldn't bother
me.
You
gonna steam your bathing suit? We were in Mexico, she was steaming everything.
I was steaming my cover up.
But you steamed like
that was
everything.
Made of poplin fabric and looks very wrinkled in itself. So if you don't... I do. I iron and steam everything.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. Would you rather raise a champion show dog or raise champion show dogs or raise champion horses?
I would be more likely to raise dogs, but I would be very interested in raising horses.
Yeah, I'd pick the horses.
I'd pick the horses, but I know nothing about that at all.
Same.
Yeah, okay. Same. All right. Would you rather date someone with bad breath or bad manners?
Ugh. I guess it depends on what the bad manners are. You know?
I would take the bad manners.
I think I'd pick the manners.
So I feel like we would need to do some etiquette courses and such. And
yeah, but like, would you rather you wouldn't be able to fix it?
I would rather take the bad manners.
Same. I couldn't handle you having stink breath. Not you or like anyone I'm dating.
Yeah.
No, that'd be reason I'd probably end up in jail for murder.
You'd murder someone for having bad breath?
If I had to live with you for the rest of my life, like there's only so much of that I can take where it's just like I can't take it anymore. I'd lose my mind.
And you would kill them?
No, I'm over exaggerating.
Yeah, I just really want you to hear what you're saying.
Maggie.
Don't be so ridiculous. Okay.
Why is it
it's your turn.
Like,
I didn't have in jail for murder.
Oh my God. Let me read my question. Would you rather be celebrated for an achievement you didn't make or watch another person take credit for something you did?
Oh, man, I've had the latter happen to me a lot,
Yeah.
and that doesn't feel good. I guess the first one, but I wouldn't feel good about that either.
I
Uh,
think I would watch another person take credit for something that I did before I take credit for something that I didn't do.
yeah, I would too.
Like, I'd have to rely on karma at that point that,
I would too. Yeah,
okay, you
I'd
got
do
that one.
I wouldn't feel good about taking credit for something I didn't do.
Mm-mm.
Which is why it bothers me that so many other people are
Oh, yeah,
cool
they have
taking
no
credit for
qualms.
shit I do at all.
Yeah.
So, yeah. No,
That's a tricky one.
I always give credit where it's due, so I wouldn't feel good about that. Yeah. I would just watch someone else take credit for something I did. Would you rather be thrown a surprise birthday party or plan your own party from start to finish?
I'd rather be thrown a surprise party.
I would too.
I'm not planning anything. I'd go without.
I would love to plan, but if it's for me, like I want to see what y'all come up with.
Mm.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be bothered.
It's more of a self-serving thing. Like
Yeah.
I want you guys catering to me and planning my own thing.
No, I don't know. I get weird when it comes to being the center of attention in that way. I know that's weird considering we're on a podcast,
Yeah.
but yeah, the idea of planning a party for myself would make me sick.
Mm.
So it would have to be a surprise party. Otherwise, there never would be one.
You don't like surprises anyway, so I wasn't
like
sure what you were going to
surprises.
say. You don't like surprise parties and things like that.
I can't say that. I've never had one.
You've literally said that before, that you don't like you wouldn't like to have a surprise birthday party. You've literally
Was it
said
a
that
would you
before.
rather though? Like, was it the choice between
No, I
two
think you've
things?
said this at some point on the podcast and then just in
No.
conversation. Going back to the you don't like the whole attention thing.
No.
And you don't
I
like
don't know.
being sung to
Yeah,
at
it would make
restaurants and
me
things like that.
uncomfortable,
Mm.
but I don't know. I evolve.
Okay, good.
I can grow.
You can.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Wow, that eye roll just ruined it for me. Okay.
All right, besties, before things get any weirder, thank you for watching our episode. Thank you so much for all of your love and support. The numbers are definitely numbering, so thank you, thank you, thank you. We are over 1,000, so we're just super excited for that. And yeah, see us next week, same time, same place, and have a good week.
Take care, guys.
Bye.
Bye.